Hello, we are back from the hospital where we impersonated a doctor, and then a different person impersonated a doctor, came in and assassinated our man Marquet.
I found Jacques Marquet.
He
Did he
did.
talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
Not
That's
like me.
despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
What is that?
Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the four horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves.
Oh. Do I need to
Let's
talk
take
to you about
another
this
look at the
again?
manuscript.
Again?
There's a between them. There's a guy. There's a but the a knight through my.
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna go to
I
the,
guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
What
Which
weird?
one? Rousseau or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
Andre. I guess we'll talk to the cops first. Rosso's still not there. I don't want to talk to that guy. I mean, we can't go very many places. Is there anything in the cafe area? Okay. I don't know if there's any reason to return here. Ah, here's the guy. Why weren't you here
I
before?
beg your pardon. Are you Andre Lobineau?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No, I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay, shoot.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was
Assassins.
formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
Assassin's
At roughly
Creed.
the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, assassini, the assassins.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legends surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams.
Ah.
He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
I don't know.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure, it was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for
Oh,
many
is that
thousands.
that tall place
A
with the
dark
dead things?
Temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim
Yeah.
exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Lochmarn.
Lochmarn, that's where Pegram was digging.
That's right. He'd left the excavation before I arrived. Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing. What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah, not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. This friend who has the manuscript,
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361.
Oh, you didn't even check with her.
Paris.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop by. Just as soon as I can.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez. How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They were required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order.
Sounds
The
like a
Templars
scam.
soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No, not for a minute.
But assassins.
Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
Okay,
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No,
What do you make of this?
it's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get it?
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so. You're not one of those crazies who think the Templars still exist, are you?
Well, I try to keep an open mind on the matter.
I'm just a lawyer on vacation in Paris.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
Thanks for your
Okay.
help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Now do I hang out in here until nighttime? He's looking right at you, dude. Okay, never mind. It's fine. Whatever.
It is closing time, Monsieur Lobino.
Already, there just aren't enough hours in the day.
More than enough for me. I can't wait to get home and put my feet up.
Eh bien, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Monsieur.
Why do guards have to stay on their feet? Ooh. Different angle.
Quit fooling around, you moron! Get your ass over here and bring that flashlight. What the? Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
Ow!
What the hell?
Oh, oh.
Was that Nico? Did she just like zip down her shirt so
And when I woke up,
her
I was at the
cleavage
police
would
station. Luckily, I
distract
managed to
people?
persuade Rosso I was innocent.
Poor Georges.
What a mess. I bungled the whole thing.
I don't think so. You made a pretty good job of distracting those two crooks.
Yeah, but the killer got away with the tripod.
No, he didn't. He's not the only one who can dress up in costume.
You mean it was you who stole the tripod? Oh, hell, Nico. I could have been shot.
Those dogs are more likely to shoot their own feet.
I just wish you'd told me your plans. We're supposed
Then
to
you
be
would
in
have
this
bungled
together.
it.
And how come you dressed up like a pantomime cat?
Don't sulk, Georgie, please.
Oh, rats. And don't call me Georgie.
Oh, I really thought you'd be pleased. After all, we've got the tripod. Oh, by the way, I had a visit from Andre Lobino.
Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't mind me giving him your address.
Not at all. It was lovely to see him again. He was over the moon when I showed him the manuscript. It's not often he gets that excited. He made a sketch of the Knight's Crest to take back to the museum. I believe he's identified the family.
don't have
who bears
scanners
that
yet.
crest.
I sure hope so.
Okay, well, we got that. We got the
I've gotta get
tripod.
back to the quest.
Oh, just okay, I'll take it. Well, okay, I can go to the Mount Fasson now. Ah, yes, I vaguely remembered this also. Another cafe.
Excuse me, officer. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
What do you think of this?
A blood pressure sleeve.
Okay,
I'll see
bye.
you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
Okay, now we're at the Montfaucon. I don't know how to spell it.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd.
Me neither. Oh, look, a manhole.
Hey,
I have the perfect
you with
tool
the ball.
for that.
Oui?
Look, a red nose.
How you say? Whoop-de-doo.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No!
A
I
jongleur.
am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aerobatic mysteries. In centuries past, the courts of the crownets of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of
The
need.
jesters.
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders. Plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so. That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But
White
this guy
men.
was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult.
Like, the girl just, like, hides her face. She's just ashamed in his
Still,
place.
it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I guess not. Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
I want to shake
Didn't
your
seem
hand.
right to fry somebody's palm.
Oh. Do you know about
What
Templars?
do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques Dumoulin, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Have you seen this man before?
No.
Okay.
Catch you later.
I think we should
Well,
read the board. That board? I know we can go up there. I want to open this manhole cover.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
You've been carrying this around the entire game. I
Hey, hey, you! What do you think you are doing?
just, you know.
Leave that cover alone. Now,
Sorry, no harm intended.
you stay away from that.
I just wanted to go into the sewer. Let's see.
I didn't have time to sit around. I didn't have...
Okay, we'll talk to this guy.
Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all, monsieur. It will be my pleasure to help you.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. This is a calling. I have been helping Father Flambert for nearly 6 months now.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church, then.
Just a little.
You've got quite a shine on that candlestick.
What?
Ah, oui. Anything less than best would be an insult to the Almighty.
I guess so. I never thought of it like that. What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is your interest. Many of them were executed in the square outside. It was a disgrace to France.
Well, the Pope was right behind it, though.
Clement V was a man of mammon, not of God.
That's kind of forthright for a priest, isn't it?
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
Have you seen this man before?
No, I have never seen him before.
I thought about using the shake and shock on him, but I couldn't do that to a priest.
Uh,
Catch you
okay.
later.
Okay.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Somehow it looked more modern than its neighbor. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
Oh no.
In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout. A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A stone knight lay at... I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
Oh, he has a thing in his hand.
A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. A scholarly knight. That rang a bell. A very Spanish bell. A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world. I guess.
Hello. Can I talk to you about this window? It seems suspicious.
Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks more modern than the middle one.
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church, early 14th century.
Oh, man, that's awful.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still, the church and the other windows survived.
Okay. 14th century, so in the 1300s or something?
What do you think of...
Precious.
Never. I've got...
Oui.
There's...
Oui.
I was in Ireland.
My sister brought back a shillelagh.
I've got a medieval tripod. How about this for a gem?
It is very beautiful, monsieur. And yet, I feel that there is an air of suffering
Your
about
subtitles got messed up.
I have here a sewer key.
Ah, oui?
Catch you later.
So
revoir,
weird.
monsieur.
Okay, I feel like there's probably a puzzle in here. There's not a whole lot I can do right now. Unless I can, like, just put the tripod somewhere and have light go through the tripod with the gem and something like that. I don't know. Can I put a gem on this statue? And there's a crack in his little Templar symbol, right? Boop boop doop boop doop boop doop. Well, I don't know. I suppose we're just looking for all of the things from that, transcript or whatever it was, manuscript. I guess I should just make sure
Hello again.
if I have any
And
new
I-
dialogue options.
I'll see you around.
Let me see what, if he has anything to say. I probably need him
Hi
to go
again.
away.
Oui. Catch you later.
Can I throw the ball at him?
Hi again.
Oui?
Look,
No. If so, you would be a much better jongleur.
for a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it. Look,
No.
but catch you later.
Au revoir.
Was that supposed to be a hint? Do I just... Can I throw the
Hi
ball at
again.
him?
Oui?
Look, but fell. Catch you later.
Au revoir.
Am I... Is that a hint to throw it at the...
I couldn't...
That seemed oddly specific. Like, I had an idea of relating to the clown nose, but it fell down a pothole, or a porthole, or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go see the museum dude. Oh, he might be sad about the theft.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie. Hey, I visited Nicole's apartment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she told me you came by.
Ooh, quite a fine Georgie boy. I didn't expect anything quite so sexy.
I hope you're referring to the manuscript.
Oui, of course.
What did you make of the manuscript?
It dates from the time of the Crusades.
We guessed that from the Templar seal.
It's a story and pictures like a modern-day comic book.
And?
What story does the manuscript tell?
I don't know. It was probably produced for the tourist market.
Tourists?
Oh, oui, pilgrims in their thousands on their way to Jerusalem. The tourist trade is nothing new, you know. It's been around for centuries. Ever since Joshua made a packet selling souvenir bricks from the walls of Jericho.
Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull could be a reference to Mithras.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ at one time. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight. He's Spanish.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to Ave Maria. No self-respecting knight from Northern Europe would have borne a coat of arms like that.
Okay.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did, Georgie. He's a member of the Vasconcellos family from the Costa Calida.
Were they famous?
No, they're not mentioned after the 15th century.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on. They're probably long dead.
Is that where I go with that? It was like an old lady in some house in the country or something? Oh, he's just like, Okay.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Can we mess with the glass case?
The glass case was intact, but the tripod had been replaced by a sign reading, "Exhibit temporarily removed."
I don't know why I need to open the window, or if that's even a thing I need to do. Okay, we know that the knight was Spanish. Let's see. Rosso's very elusive. I don't know where he's going, where he is. Let's just see if there's anything new to talk to Nico about.
Hello, George.
Is there something going on between you and Labano?
That's none of your
What
business,
is
dude.
it of yours? We agreed all this. The clown, the Templars, strictly business, remember?
Yeah, but...
So get off my case.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Oh, god dang it. I
Look
forgot.
there.
There's a guy between... There's a guy working on a loom. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has a knight with a crystal ball. The knight scroll through my...
Mm-hmm. Now I can talk
Just
about it
how
more?
long?
Andre, we met at college. He helped me out when I was a fresher. Showed me around, that sort of thing.
You never told me that before. I thought he was just a working acquaintance.
So he is. I rarely see him these days. You know, he hasn't changed much. A little lesser at the front, perhaps. I'd forgotten how much fun he could be.
Hmm.
I showed you the
Yeah.
This is the tool
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd better get back to the
Well-
quest.
I can't go to Spain, can I? Oh, I can. Okay. I can't go to Ireland, though. I guess we can start over here. Only a few hours? That's so weird to me. Like, you can just go somewhere. Because in the States, you, like, frickin' travel forever. It's kind of the same for India. Everything's, like, just... It's a big country. big countries. Hello, Waterman. Oh, you're spraying me with your water.
Hi, is this the de Vasconcellos house?
How did you find out about it?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the de Vasconcellos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcellos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to her about.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
No, she hasn't won the lottery.
A more cunning man might have claimed that she had.
Well,
Oh, yeah?
George is
They
kind
might
of
have,
bad
don't
at
And
doing
that
stuff.
more cunning man would have been kicked off the premises. The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or something?
You have nothing that I want, senor, except the pleasure of your absence.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But why? Do you recognize this man?
No,
Would you like to shake hands?
I do not think so, senor.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor.
Can I, like, kink his hose with my blood pressure thingy? Or do I just step on the hose? I don't know. Step on the hose.
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone.
Can I just stroll on in?
Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home, would you?
Well, no, I guess not.
Then show a little consideration.
Okay. Sorry.
Um. Electrocute the water. Grab the hose with my electricy thingy, but rubber doesn't conduct, right?
I didn't like the idea.
Yep. I'm just gonna break in. It's like, screw you, groundskeeper. I'm just waiting for you to go check that hose and fix it up.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never stops.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it?
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified. How could you think such a thing?
Very easily, senor. Very easily. I'm going to find out why my hose has stopped. And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will set the dogs on you.
This guy is very understandably protective. Not that I really need to save for any reason. I guess we'll see if the dogs come after me. Oh, okay, I guess, okay, I guess I'll go back here. Oh, there are dogs back there.
Hey, you. I know you are there, American. All right, you dogs. I'm coming.
You dogs, I'm coming. What?
It was just a little utility room with no exit, unless you counted the window, and I didn't. It was a small mirror hanging over the sink. From the scum in the sink, it looked like he shaved there.
Okay. Well, he wasn't very effective.
Madre Dios, who are you?
My name's George Stobart. I'm sorry to burst in like this.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please, if you just listen a minute.
Very well. State your business, Senor Stobart.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside world here.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This whole thing ties in somehow with the Knights Templar.
The Knights Templar are dust.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this has to do with my family.
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they have planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete stranger who barges into my home?
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please, sit down.
I know your family is involved with the Templars, but I don't know how.
You should be asking how my family were involved, Senor Stobart. The Templars ceased to exist centuries ago. And as for the Vasconcellos, the line dies with me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Okay, whatever happened almost 700 years ago. So, if the Templars left any clues, they're going to be in stuff that dates back to the early 14th century.
Obviously.
So, what do you have around here that's early medieval?
Early medieval. Let me think. Well, the house is relatively modern, a scant 3 centuries old. Or, of course, the chess set.
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children.
Tactful.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, Senor Stobart.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks.
I'm currently playing a game with
Close
the
up, the modern
groundskeeper.
piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I'll feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dogs?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me.
We're just random person, wasn't planning on doing anything today, but you arrived, so I guess I'll show you the old tomb.
Unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer house?
A mausoleum,
George.
Senor Stobart.
Oh.
Come with me.
George
Hey,
is not
senor.
tactful.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told my lady to be shown these favors, but I do not trust you.
You've got nothing to worry about. Aren't you coming in?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing. I will be there.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed
That
in the
candle
13th
needs to
century
be lit,
as the
I
final
think.
resting place for the De Vasconcellos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
Hanging from the ceiling was a huge yellowed candle. It looked really old and had never been lit.
It might have something inside of it or something. I don't know. It's just brief flashes
Now
of
what?
memory.
There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
What's that?
On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey! It's a checkerboard! A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place. I couldn't climb up there. The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. May I ask you something?
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern. Purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary.
It just kind of...
Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but it ends here and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes, the old chess set! Now, hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be very proud.
Not 5, 6.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost to us.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can have no...
They're all
relevance.
stuck in
Well,
the
it's connected with the curse of the
mausoleum.
Vasconcellos, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I hope you will honor my desire not to talk about it.
Okay, well, I'll leave it for now. While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos. Is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again. Ah, Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
My lady.
Calm yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady.
He's just not very tactful and very pushy.
My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
Okay. Is this going to be a puzzle?
It fits, Senor Stobart.
Oh.
It fits.
Maybe not.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
You could have let me oh, wait. Okay. Click on any unplaced chess piece and it will turn to reveal a pattern outside. Each chess piece must be dragged into the hole of its corresponding pattern. To do this, drag the thing. Okay. So I will do this next time. I need to take a little break. And then we will figure out how chess pieces go in there. Bye!